Hi, this is medium and psychic Kim Moore, and today's In the Trenches episode will be all about getting over it. Okay, so there are a lot of people that come to me, in addition to connecting with loved ones, they come to me to talk about their lives, the things going on with their lives, and what's happening. So one of the common things that I get when people come for readings is that they seem attached to someone or something from the past, or a person. Maybe they get vibes from them, or it's a situation like maybe a job they didn't like and they need to let go of it. So today I just wanted to talk about what that looks like and ways to release things. Even if mentally you feel like you're done, sometimes energetically we're not done with things. So today I just wanted to talk about that. So for those of you who are in, or actually I should say out of, relationships that maybe weren't the best for you, sometimes it's hard to get over it. It's hard to move past it. Even though mentally you know that it has to be done, it's almost like there's another part of you that's still hanging on to that. Some people say it's like they're hanging on to like a soulmate or someone they thought they were supposed to be with forever, but things just didn't turn out that way. Because even though we might feel that way sometimes, it doesn't necessarily mean those are the choices that we're going to make or the place where we end up. So getting over someone involves disconnecting from their energy. So it's not getting over what they did or how they did it, or that they lied to you, they didn't tell the truth, whatever it was. What I'm talking about is the energetic disconnect, because the mental disconnect has to come in tandem with that. So often you might think in your head, I shouldn't be with this person, they cheated on me, but yet there's this other piece of you that keeps going back or keeps connecting with that person. So part of it is mental, and that part is really understanding your self-worth and that you deserve better. And that's something that you have to kind of like figure out on your own. But energetically, that is something that you can do to kind of pull away or disconnect from people. So I often tell people this, like if there's a relationship that they're trying to get over, whether it's family, whether it's something that happened with one of their kids, whether it's a friend, whether it's a love relationship, often that energy is still connected with us. So how do you disconnect it? Well, what I would suggest is that you find like some quiet place or some quiet time that's just dedicated to you and your healing. And in that time, you would imagine that you are kind of like a surge protector, where you have all the spots where a plug can be put. And so you would also imagine this person's energy just kind of being plugged right into you. So one of the things you can do is kind of imagine what it might feel like to pull it out, to disconnect from that person. But after you do that, you might also want to fill that little plug up with one of those little child safety plug protectors, or whatever you want to do to fill that hole so that person can't reconnect with you. There's one little caveat to this that I tell people, is that often when you disconnect energetically from people, you might hear from them pretty rapidly after that, because energetically we can and we do feel other people's vibes and kind of like what they're putting out there. So if someone feels like you have disconnected from them, even if they're not talking to you, they may reach out to you or you may hear from them. And in that particular situation, you would also, before you picked up the phone or before you answered that email or answered the door, you would want to make sure that those plug protectors are firmly in place, and you would want to try to deal with this person in a different way than you'd ever dealt with them before. So that means like breaking a pattern, breaking a cycle of communication that you might have with that person that might ultimately kind of pull them away from you completely. Now, the other thing is with this is that people worry like, well, I don't want them out of my life forever. I just want this situation to end or this pain to end. And you would do the exact same thing, because what you're doing is not taking someone out of your life. What you're doing is pulling their energy away from yours so that you could fully just be in your own energy, in your own space, in your own healing, in whatever that situation is. Now, sometimes people disconnect from a job, like an employer or their family or something like that. You would do the exact same thing. And as you do that, you would imagine what kind of, as you're putting that safety plug in or that plug protector in, you would imagine what you would create instead of that situation. Because if you're going to clear space, you're going to want to refill it with something good. And that can just be the good intention of being with people who have your best interests at heart or love you as is and don't place kind of like burdens on you to be whatever they want you to be. So I just thought I would share that little bit of information today. Go ahead, if you have had experiences like this or done this, go ahead and leave a comment with your story, because it's always helpful to let other people know kind of what your experience has been and how you've healed from things, because maybe it will help someone down the way. Thank you, and look for more videos from In the Trenches.